right, so it is time. This is the Infinite Game, and I'm going to be talking about the 1986 Topps football set. Normally, when people think 1986, they think of Fleer from basketball, but 86 is a special year for football as well. So, while many of the physical metrics for an NFL wide receiver have evolved, one thing that hasn't is the player's ability to separate from defenders. Ask anyone who watched games in the late 80s and 90s, and they'll tell you that nobody has ever done it better than Jerry Rice. You know, his jersey number is number 80, PSA 10, three of them sold for 90,000 plus in the last 90 days. Pop count is 59. I think this is an excellent card. I mean, he's very, very established. He has 3 Super Bowls, I believe a Super Bowl MVP, 2 Offensive Player of the Year awards, 10-time first team, 13-time Pro Bowl, and 6 times receiving leaders, twice reception leader, and he is on the NFL's top 100 and top 75th all-time teams. I think the second best card in this set is the Steve Young number 374. This card immortalizes Young in a Tampa Bay uniform, even though the former USFL star became a 7-time Pro Bowler who threw for nearly 30,000 yards and won 3 Super Bowls with the San Francisco 49ers with a low pop of 10. This card, rookie card, rarely goes up for sale. And I believe December 2020 is sold for about $30,000, which is pretty big. They do have a large amount of PSA 9s, but this is a very, very, very rare card. Also, some of his accolades, he did play for 3 different teams. 3-time Super Bowl winner, 1-time Super Bowl MVP. 2 of them are because he played on the same team as Joe Montana. He was leading the charge. 2-time Most Valuable Player, NFL Offensive Player, 3-time First Team, 3-time Second All-Pro Team, 7-time Pro Bowler. Just an excellent career. And this is the card, same green border. These cards are very, very hard to grade as well, so it's going to be hard to find them in PSA 10 condition. Next is one of the defensive goats, and people talk about him all the time, Reggie White, 275. I don't think this is a rookie card, but it's a very nice card for him. White played every down with passion and zeal. He was a ferocious competitor, one of the best defenders in history. 198 career sacks and 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. And you know, he's known for the $1 million smile. So PSA 10, very low pop, and last sale that I remember seeing was about $7,100. Yeah, he's a defender, and that's for a PSA 10. Yeah, he is another very, very impressive player. Some of his accolades is he's a Super Bowl champion, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time first All-Pro team, and 5-time All-Pro defensive team, 13-time Pro Bowler. He has in the 100 slack club. I mean, he is definitely a force. Next, some consider this guy as the second greatest of all time. This is not his rookie, but it's a great card. 156 card number. Though 7 years removed from Montana's rookie, this card is great. Still a great play for collectors because of its scarcity. That fact might explain why a PSA 10 from the Niners icon sold for more than $5,000 in early of this year. And pop count is 22. $5,125 is the sale. Last sold, just very hard. These don't come up often. Many people consider him the second best ever, and some of his accolades are very, very impressive as well. Yeah, and also he's a 4-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Also ranks among football's all-time leaders in passing yards and touchdown passes. One of, but he's not overall the leader. Next is William the Refrigerator Perry, card number 20. Another defensive-minded guy. So like Spud Webb in basketball and Mark the Bird in baseball, the impact left by the fridge has less to do with actual box scores than it does with incredible lasting effect on sports culture. But don't get us wrong. So the $4,450 for a PSA 10. So last year was very impressive, and it's just a reflection of just his role for the Chicago Bears and also being part of the Super Bowl shuffle rap song from 1985. Some of his accomplishments, Super Bowl champion, and that's really a big thing. He's more known for like sports moments more than just overall career, but very, very iconic player. Next is the all-time leader in sacks, Bruce Smith, card number 385. He is just a big, massive, tough dude. PSA 10 for this card the pop is 36 and last sold for $3,378.30. I believe that sale was also in 2020. Some of his accolades are just ridiculous. I feel like he did steroids. How crazy his accolades. He has the NFL record for most sacks all time at 200. He's two-time Defensive Player of the Year, 8-time first All-Pro team, 2-time All-Second Pro team, 11-time Pro Bowler. This guy is played for the Buffalo Bills and Washington Redskins, and first-round pick, first overall out of Georgia Tech. I think he's an excellent player to pick up, even though he's a defender. Defenders normally don't sell as much as offensive guys, but if you want a nice collection of all-time greats on a budget, I think he's the best option. The next one is, I'm going to be honest, I barely know who this dude is. It's Boomer Esiason, something like that, number 255. He played in the early 80s and 90s. Very consistent quarterback, and played during the time of Joe Montana, John Elway, and Dan Marino. Even though he didn't win any Super Bowls, not that I know of, he had a still impressive career, and maybe he's remembered because he's an announcer. He did win MVP in 1988 and first team All-Pro. He just really had an amazing year and a 4-time Pro Bowler. So he's a good player that people kind of forgot about. I think it's a nice card, and he's still big part of NFL history. Next, this is a much older card, and this is far from his 1976 Topps rookie card, 10 years away. But I think Walter Payton is hard to go wrong with him. It is 1980s just domination, where his PSA 10 sold for $1,200 last time I saw. Very, very low pop count for this as well. Very hard to grade. Walter Payton is one of the greatest running backs ever. He's definitely in the top 5. If you disagree, you probably don't know football. I would say his accolades are off the charts as well. Super Bowl champion, most valuable player in 1977, Offensive Player of the Year that same year, 5-time All-Pro team, 3-time All-Pro second team, 9-time Pro Bowler, and he got his own award, Walter Payton Man of the Year in 77. 1977 was his most dominant year, and he is finished with almost 1,700 yards rushing. Craziness. And number 9, Andre Reed. I don't know who the hell this is as well. He's similar to Esiason or whatever I covered before. He's just a lost shadow of high-profile names. Took a backseat to other players, but he played very well in the 80s and 90s. He is a person who, yeah, I mean, he's a wide receiver. 13,000 yards for catching, 87 touchdowns. Really good player, probably more for collectors than investing. But somebody for the Buffalo Bills that just overlooked a lot. And next is number 45, Dan Marino. Pop count 68. Miami Dolphins quarterback, 61,000 yards passing, 420 touchdowns, crazy career. You find a PSA 10 for around $750. I think that's a really good investment. Huge Hall of Famer, 9-time Pro Bowler, 3 All-Pro teams. He has an MVP before. Quick start, but I think he may be the old school version of Patrick Mahomes, where you win a Super Bowl and he didn't win a Super Bowl, but you do very well early on and people think, oh my gosh, they're going to be amazing. Didn't turn out to be the case, but very, very impressive career. And yeah, that's it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to be doing more videos like this.